Here comes Natasha Waynard, another shot and a goal! Natasha Waynard, her second goal of the day. Nice pass outside to McGettigan. McGettigan steps back and drains it. He is feeling it tonight.
Good evening and welcome into Academy District 20 Stadium for tonight's girls soccer game, 5A Metro League action between the Liberty Lancers and the Pine Creek Eagles. I'm Dave Toller alongside Marcus Bravo. Our pleasure to bring you this one tonight. Should be a great game. Liberty comes into this game 6-7 overall, 3-2 in conference play. Pine Creek comes into this game 9-4 overall, 4-1 in conference play. Let's take a look at some of the key players in this game tonight. We'll start first with the Liberty Lancers, and we'll take a look at Courtney Cowles. There she is right there on the screen, 9 goals, 6 assists, 24 points. She leads this Lancers team in scoring.
We're also going to be taking a look at a couple more key players for Liberty. We have Brianna Flores. She comes in with 10 goals, and she and Cowles work well together there. We expect to see them passing the ball back and forth a lot to each other and really creating a lot of offense. And then you got to mention the goalkeeper here, Afton Schrammel, where she only allows about 1 goal per game, and that's going to be a big key for Liberty here is big-time defense, holding a strong, solid back line, and making sure that they keep this a low-scoring affair. Coach McGilvray told us that they need to play simple, use their outside flanks, rely on their center back Sibley, and maintain a consistent back line and keep this a low-scoring game.
Well, let's take a look at Pine Creek and some of their key players. The one we'll see right there on the screen. Number 5, Natasha Waynard. We'll be calling that name a lot tonight. 12 goals, 16 assists, 40 points. She leads the Metro League in scoring. She ranks 7th in the state in scoring, and she's one of just many key lethal weapons on this offensive team for the Eagles.
Absolutely. One of her players that she plays a lot off is Maddie Almira, and she has 9 goals, 11 assists. And Pine Creek tonight is going to be looking to shore up their defensive back line, and they're pulling Maya Zayas back from traditionally an offensive mid to a center defensive mid, and make sure that they make the most of their chances and they control the game in the middle, and they maintain a consistent back line and really score off those counterattacks.
It is Pine Creek and Liberty in a big-time 5A Metro League matchup. We'll be back with the start of this one on 20 TV. Well, just about ready to get underway here at District 20 Stadium, a big 5A Metro League matchup between the Liberty Lancers and the Pine Creek Eagles, and they are both taking the field. Big playoff implications in this one as well. Right now in the 5A Metro League standings, Doherty and Rampart are tied for first place. They are each 5-1 in conference play. Pine Creek a half game back there at 4-1. They would need a win tonight to get a tri-championship in the 5A Metro League. Liberty just a game back of this Pine Creek team. They are 3-2 in conference play, having a great season. So two of the top teams in the 5A Metro League right here battling out at District 20 Stadium.
Yeah, as you mentioned, this has huge playoff implications. Liberty right now is sitting 35th in the RPI rankings. You have to be top 32 to make it into the state playoff bracket. And so if they could get a win here, hopefully that boosts them up into the top 32 RPI-wise.
And we are underway. Ball is back in the Pine Creek end. They've got 4 defenders back. Playing a 4-4-2 style here for the Eagles. They will control it back in their own end.
Moving the ball around on that right side, hoping to generate a little bit of offense.
That was Knozer sending it up the far side. It is out of bounds. Liberty with a throw-in.
Traditionally, Liberty has been a low-scoring team. It'll be interesting to see if they try to use the wind to their advantage. Their wind's at their back this half, and it's blowing pretty good here in D20 Stadium. See if they use the wind at their advantage this half and push the pace.
On Pine Creek trying to push it up right now. As you mentioned, Marcus, two different teams in terms of offensive style. Liberty, 35 goals on the season. They played 13 games, but on the other side of the ledger, Pine Creek, 60 goals. They get them, and they get them in bunches. They get them from a bunch of different players, mostly from Natasha Weiner, who we mentioned in the pregame show, and also from Maddie Alhambra. Those are two of the top scorers for Pine Creek. The ball is out of bounds again over on the far side. We will have a throw-in for Liberty. Taking the throw-in for Liberty, Alexis Harris, team captain. Taken away briefly by the Eagles and taken right back by the Lancers. They'll kick it through the midfield, try to get it over the far side. Coming down is Bowens. Alexis Bowens takes a shot in, kicked away by the goaltender. Sent up, and here comes Pine Creek on the far side. They will try to control it. With it is Kewen. Kewen's shot blocked, taken back by the Eagles. They will keep the pressure on in the offensive end. Pass through again. Now you see 4 and even 5 back for Liberty trying to play defense. And then coming up the near side, this is Marley Ruge. Ruge loses it, taken away by Pine Creek and sent ahead. Given chase for it for Pine Creek was Kewen. It's picked up by the goaltender.
Yeah, it looks like be an offsides call. The far side ref had his hand up. She just didn't quite time that run correctly.
Yep, Kewen had a little bit of space, and that ball was through. She just jumped the play a little bit, and offside is the call. Goal kick is coming up. Got the wind behind. Sent through and taken back by Pine Creek. On this end is Knozer. Sent ahead, center midfield. This is Kewen again. Kewen drops it back for Knozer. Over to the far side. And back. Very patient here by this Pine Creek team. Now taken away on the near side by Liberty. That is Naftanal. Tries to send a through ball up ahead. She had Cowles, their leading scorer, not able to get to it. Pine Creek takes it away. And it's back in the midfield.
Both teams so far seem to favor trying to build up their offensive attack on the right side. So it's going to be interesting to see if they keep going down the right side or maybe switch it up and play the left side of the field here.
And bringing it down the right side again. This is Ruge. Ruge ahead to Cowles. Cowles with a little space trying to set something up. Takes it into the corner. Off of the Eagle player, not a play. Corner kick coming up for the Lancers, and Cowles will take it. Cowles leads this team with 16 corner kicks. Number 17 is coming up as the Lancers will get set. Courtney Cowles, the freshman, sends it in. Ball's loose, a chance, a shot. Oh, knocked away. and cleared by Pine Creek. Good chance there by Liberty. Good defense by Pine Creek.
Yeah, their defender came off of her line next to the goalpost hard, and the goalie was right there too, and she just booted it away. Bouncing around in there, she came off her line, booted it away. Isaias was there to clear it up and get it upfield.
Ball's back in the midfield. Lancers will control it. Brianna Flores, the team captain. Back across to the near side. Here's Ruge. Ruge with it, tries to push it through. Does briefly, but taken away by Pine Creek and sent back up to the midfield. Taken by Kewen. Kewen looks ahead, sends a long ball down the right side. Given chase for it, and it will go out of play. Good chance, and again, as you said, Marcus, both of these teams trying to work the right side, and you saw Pine Creek. They got the ball in the midfield right away, looked over to the right side. The ball was just a little too far out in front.
Yeah, she played a nice long ball, through ball, let her run after it, but ran out of real estate, and we get a throw in now.
This will be Kapuska with the throw in. Over on the far side, Kylie Kapuska, senior midfielder for this Liberty team. She will send it in. Controlled over on the far side. And sent back out of play. That was Taylor Sibley, the center midfielder for this Liberty team. Throw in coming up for Pine Creek.
Yeah, Liberty switched things up there on that possession, and they were pushing the ball up the left side of the field, but ran out of real estate. Nice cross.
On a shot right in front. The cross came off the goaltender right on the foot of Maddie Alhambra, their second leading scorer. She had a chance and lifted it up over the crossbar.
Yeah, and Nofdahl initially put a nice tackle on the cross there, and she just couldn't quite get it down. It was a bouncing ball, and she volleyed it over the top of the goal.
And she had a little time and space. That was Maddie Alhambra, the senior midfielder, 9 goals, 29 points on the season. Had a chance right in front, and it goes over the crossbar. Goal kick by the Lancers.
Definitely seemed like she might have rushed it there. The goal seems pretty big at that point, and you're just trying to do anything you can to make sure you get it in.
Fought for over on the far side. Pine Creek with it, taken away in the midfield by the Lancers. That was Sibley with a through ball, picked up by Pine Creek and controlled. Here on the near side. This is Kapuska with it.
One thing I'm noticing from Pine Creek right away is that they are not afraid to press. They are sending their defensive mid up, and they're fast, and they run hard. And we knew this was going to be a difference of styles here, but it's definitely evident right now with how much Pine Creek's defensive mids will run up and get off their back line, and they kind of just backfill, and they really keep the pace high. Well,
they certainly do. They list only one forward as starting. That's Athena Kuhn, but they do. They push everybody up. Their center mids, their outside mids, even their backs will come up into play. And, again, a team that can score in a lot of different ways. 60 goals on the season. They get it from everybody, and the reason is they push up like they do. The Eagles with the ball. It's taken over on the far side. Coming down with a little time and space. A shot right in front, scooped up by the goaltender for Liberty. That's Afton Schrammel. Nice play by the sophomore goaltender.
Definitely, and coach for Liberty definitely told us that Afton was going to be a big force today, and she was looking for big production and a good game out of her.
And a nice aggressive play. She came up and smothered that ball. Schrammel, the sophomore, 44 saves on the season, ranks third in the conference. After that long goal kick, again, Pine Creek transitions quickly. They got it in the midfield, and they will send it up over to the far side. Again, coming down that right side, that's Alhambra. She centers it. Eagles take control, trying to send another ball through. Here's a chance for Pine Creek, a shot and a save. Schrammel with a save from point-blank range.
Definitely. She got her hands up, made herself big, and took away a lot of space of the goal. And as a coach here, you'd like to see them play that one down into one of the corners, keep it on the ground, force the keeper to dive versus playing it up to their body.
Here's Liberty with it. They will bring it in. Cowles has it. Pine Creek again with bodies back. They will take it away and send it back forward.
We're starting to see a little bit of a 1-2 connection for Pine Creek between Alhambra and
Monkunen. Again, some space over on the far side. There's a shot, a chance, and in to the open net for Pine Creek.
And that's Wayner there. And we highlighted her at the beginning of the game. And like I said, we're starting to see a little bit of a 1-2 punch there between Alhambra and Wayner. Alhambra plays a nice through ball to Wayner. She doesn't rush it. She takes her time, takes one extra touch, gets the goalie on the ground, and is able to put it away.
Makes a beautiful play. Natasha Wayner, the senior midfielder, goal number 13 on the season. Wayner from Alhambra, and Pine Creek leads this one 1-0. Liberty will take it. They've got it here on the near side. This is Rugi. Rugi sends it down to Flores, and it's out. Liberty will maintain control. Throw in by Naftanal. Carolyn Naftanal sends it in, headed out by Pine Creek, and they will start the rush going the other way. Out of bounds again, but you can just see how aggressive this Pine Creek team is. They'll jump on every one of those balls and try to transition to offense.
They definitely do. Kuhn's running hard as a forward. She's even coming back, and she's helping out on defense, and they're dangerous.
Bethany Dugan in the game. She will send it across. Ball goes out of play off of Liberty. Throw in for Pine Creek. On the throw in will be Abby Slater. Slater with the ball. She will look for a teammate. That's Alhambra. Back to Slater. Looks in the midfield to Isaias. Near side to Smelker. Back to the middle to Kuhn. And a foul.
That's not a bad foul there. That's 35 yards out from the goal, 40 yards out from the goal, and slows things down, gets them a chance to regroup, and they were building up some steam, building up some offense there. So,
taking the free kick here for Pine Creek, Abby Slater, the senior. As her teammates will get set, the wall in front of her. Slater with the kick, lobs it up over the top. People in front. Header goes just wide of the cage. That was Athena Kuhn with the header. It goes wide.
It's almost like she didn't expect to get that ball. It bounced a couple times, and she's looking for it, and she gets a head on it, and she was unmarked. There's some miscommunication there on that back line for Liberty.
Well, there sure was. I think that was why she was a little surprised to even get that ball. It bounced up high, and that's a bounce that as an offensive player, you want to get that. She just wasn't able to position the body in a good spot to get that header on net. Liberty comes back the other way. This is Naftanal with it. She'll lose it. Pine Creek takes it away. On the far side, battling Alexis Harris for Liberty.
That's a good challenge there. Those are some good physical play by both girls there.
Taken away by Naftanal. Carolyn Naftanal looks up ahead for Cowles. Intercepted by Kuhn. And taken right back by Liberty. This is Rugi. Tries to find Cowles.
They're playing well off of each other so far today. We see a lot of give and goes between Rugi and Cowles, and unfortunately they just can't quite seem to break through and get any crosses or shots on goal. About the 20, 30 yards out, it seems like their offense is starting to die down, and I don't know if that's because Pine Creek's closing so fast or if they're so aggressive, but that'll be an interesting connection to keep watching throughout the game.
Well, and Pine Creek really watching Courtney Cowles, the leading scorer for Liberty, 24 points on the season, 9 goals, and they're just not giving her a lot of space at all. She's down the near side.
They really aren't. It seems like they're almost forcing Liberty to try and attack with someone else. They're giving Rugi a lot of space. They're not giving Cowles very much space. They're marking her with one tight, and then they seem to be loosely marking her with another player.
There's a throw in by Pine Creek. That was Slater. Midfield to Dugan. Sends it back to Knuser over on the far side. Pine Creek will send it ahead. They have Alhambra over on that side. Looking back toward the middle. It's Alhambra. Over on the far side, left foot up ahead. Chance, a shot, and off the post. Pine Creek will pick it back up. Shot and a save. Good job by the goaltender Schrammel to get back in. The first one off the post. The second one was saved.
Yeah, we get a Alhambra shot right off the post and just had a little bit too much on it for the Pine Creek girl to get that rebound, and then a nice save by the keeper to kind of refocus, rebound, and get back on her line.
That was Tori Brodish with that shot that was saved by Schrammel, and boy, big credit to goaltender getting back in there in time, hustling back to make that save. Liberty right after that, they pushed up quickly and the ball got too far ahead of them. It goes over the end line and a goal kick coming up for Pine Creek and their goaltender, Jade Odom. Here's Jade Odom. We talked a lot about her during the basketball season. Plays on the Pine Creek girls basketball team. Odom with the kick. Sends it up toward the midfield. Challenged by Liberty and taken away. Looking again down that right side and giving chase for it is Cowles, and she just will not quite get to it. A good look, good quick pass, a quick turn to set up Cowles, but unable to connect.
Yeah, and for those of you at home that can't see the conditions here, going left to right on your screen, the wind is blowing pretty good, and so anytime they play a long ball, there's going to be a lot of speed on it, and unfortunately that one just had a little bit too much speed on it.
And just the opposite. Boy, good leg by Jade Odom on that one into the wind. Played by her teammate, that was Kapuska. Taken away by Liberty and sent ahead. Pine Creek will play it back in their own end. This is Knuser with it. Sends it ahead to the midfield to Kuhn. Touchback. Pine Creek will try to set it up. See if they get a reverse. They're going to keep it down the right side. There's some room down the near side, but they are just forcing it up that right side.
Yeah, it seems to be where they're most comfortable. Alhambra's over on that side. Wayner's on that side, and they work well off of each other.
Challenge in the midfield, taken away by Liberty. This is Rugi. Rugi loses it. Back to Kapuska on the near side. Rugi's on her. Center ball. Played by Kuhn and back across. That was Dugan with it. This is Alhambra. Comes a shot. Pine Creek shot. Joe tipped away by Schrammel. Good job by Schrammel of diving and getting a hand on that ball and deflecting it away from the goal. But again, another chance by Pine Creek.
Yeah, that was a really nice save. She was moving to her left and had to dive back to her right. And so that was a really nice save to get a fingertip on it, push it wide.
That was Alhambra on the shot. Corner kick coming up. They'll just send it in. Back toward the middle. The crowd wanted a handball on that. They won't get it. This is Smelker. Sends it in and played by the goaltender. That is Schrammel.
You know, on that touch in the box, I understand why that's not a handball. Usually the referee has to say that it's a very intentional motion for it to be a handball, and that just played off her hip and rolled up her hip and hit her in the arm there. And so I think that's a good no call.
Good goal kick there by the sophomore goaltender, Afton Schrammel. Sent it all the way down. Now it's played by her counterpart at the other end. That's Jade Odom. Pine Creek with it up on the far side. It will go out of play. Throw in coming up for the Lancers. This is Alexa Harris. A couple of substitutions coming in for Liberty. Sadie Vossner comes into the game, as does Laura Boyd into the game for the first time. Getting a rest will be Marley Rugi and Julia Desart. Desart and Rugi are out. Throw in on the far side. Harris with it for the Lancers.
Yeah, it's not a surprise to see Rugi get a rest here. Or Desart, they're both running hard, and it seems like they're pulling Brianna Flores back a little bit to help on defense since Pine Creek is attacking so hard, and she's one of their high offensive outputs. So picking up the slack there is Rugi and Desart, and they've been covering a lot of ground so far. So give them a little breather and let them recharge.
Odom with another goal kick. Back up to the midfield. Alhambra's there. Taken away by Liberty. That was Taylor Sibley. Sibley still has it. And it will go off of Liberty. I believe last touch by Vossman, who just came into the game. Pine Creek ball. They will have a throw in. And substitutions coming in for Pine Creek into the game now. Number 26, Megan Keller, comes into the game, as will Kapuska comes back. She started the game. She was in. She got a rest earlier. She will come back into the game, and she will take the throw in right at the midfield. Kapuska with it. Finds a teammate on the far side, gets it back. Sends it down the middle. Looking for Wayner. Alhambra's over on the far side. She has some space again. Sends it to the middle. Fought for, touched, and taken away. Nice play inside there by Taylor Sibley.
Yeah, Taylor Sibley stayed calm. You know, Kuhn got a nice foot on it. It was just not quite able to collect that cross from Wayner. Sibley takes it right away from her. Actually, that was number 12, Naftanel.
Naftanal 12 instead of Sibley 13. Liberty trying to bring it up the far side. This is Sibley this time. She'll look to the middle. That's Cowles. Cowles looking up ahead. Tries to get it up to her teammate. That was Boyd who just came in. Boyd unable to get a foot on it. This will be Pine Creek ball. Throw in here on the near side. That was Smelker, and it's back out of play again this time. Throw in for Liberty. Nope. Throw in for Pine Creek. That was Laura Boyd taking it away and sending it back into the Pine Creek end. Giving chase back there. Alexa Flores for Liberty, and good hustle by Flores to get back and get a touch in that. It goes off of Pine Creek, and it will be a throw-in for the Lancers. Carolyn Laftonall with the throw-in. She'll wait for her teammates to get set up. Gain a little bit of real estate. Naftonall sends it in. Played by Flores. That's Brianna Flores, one of the captains for this Lancers team. Sends it back to Morgan Sibley, another one of the captains. To the midfield, back to Flores. Near side, this is Boyd. Boyd loses it. Taken away by Pine Creek. Right back to Liberty. And back to Pine Creek. Here come the Eagles. Back to the midfield, Kuhn. Looks over on the far side. Alhambra. Now they switched. Actually, Alhambra's on the near side. Ball comes in, taken by Schrammel. So a little flip-flop by Pine Creek. Alhambra's on the near side. Over on the far side is one of their other scorers. That's Wayner. So Wayner and Alhambra flip from the far side to the near side. Ball comes into the Pine Creek end. That's Knuser with it. Back to the near side. Taken by Keller, Megan Keller. Looking up ahead, knocked down in front by the Lancers. That was Sibley. Sends it ahead, and again, just so many bodies back for Pine Creek. Hard for Liberty to get any kind of offense going. It seems like when a loose ball comes and a white jersey's tracking it, there's about 4 green jerseys all around it.
Definitely. We see that Liberty seems to be opening up a little bit more. They're playing on the Pine Creek side of the field a little bit more. They're possessing a little bit more. I don't know what substitutions prompted that by Liberty, but they seem to be playing a little more aggressive and starting to come into form.
Well, Cowles just had a touch down the near side, but again taken away by Pine Creek, and they will send it across right back to that right side. Players getting tangled up, and the ball goes out of play. It will be Liberty's ball. Throw in Alexis Harris. She's taking a bunch of those on the far side. She'll get it into the midfield. Looking for Boyd. Boyd not able to get a touch, and the Eagles take it away. They'll come down the near side. That was Murdoch, who just came into the game, gets it over to Keller. Lots of substitutions for this Pine Creek team.
Yeah, it seems like they're keeping the girls fresh and getting playoff ready and making sure that everybody is getting touches, staying fresh, staying loose.
There's a ball up ahead for Pine Creek, and again, the goaltender, Afton Schrammel, comes out, covers it up. Boy, a ball that was going through and giving chase here on the near side, but Schrammel comes up and covers it up. She's been active in this game.
She has been. She came off her line hard. She made an aggressive play there and decided, I'm going to come out and get this. And Aftonall was marking, but she didn't want to take any chances.
Pine Creek takes possession after that goal kick, and they'll send it back in their own end and set it up. Far side, that was Kapuska. Taken away and gets it right back. Now Liberty with it. They will send it back into their own end. Morgan Sibley over to the near side to Naftonall. Here in front to Boyd. Laura Boyd with it. Back into her own end. Naftonall with it. We'll try the middle this time for the Lancers, see if they can get anything going. Brianna Flores in a battle. She will lose it. Pine Creek takes it away. Ball up ahead. Naftanall again gets back. And Pine Creek will take it at the midfield. Coming right down the center. Looking over on the far side. Shot. I think that's Wayner. Wayner will send it in. It'll go wide of the cage. And Schrammel will come out and pick it up.
That was a really good job there by number 21, Sibley. Her coach said that she's just a true center back. She's really aggressive, really physical, and she came in, and when that cross came in, she made sure that her body was directly on Kuhn's body and that she wasn't going to get a clean touch on that, and she didn't.
And as a result, that ball just harmlessly slid through the box, picked up by the goaltender, and she sends it back out to the midfield. Pine Creek again with possession. Down that right side, back in the middle. That was Kuhn. Over on the far side, Wayner. Boy, the speed of Wayner, you can see her getting around. Tough to get in. The shot comes in, and it goes off the side of the net.
Yeah, she's getting a lot of opportunities over on that side to make crosses, and she keeps crossing the ball in and trying to make something happen.
Couple of substitutions. Julia Desart comes back in for Liberty, back in for Pine Creek. Lauren Bogey is back in. Rachel Dugan is back in the game.
Wayner and Elhamra are coming off, getting a little breather.
Goal kick coming up. That was Schrammel. Got the wind behind her. Into the Pine Creek end. Taken over on the far side. Into the middle. Back to Kuhn. Taken away briefly by Brianna Flores and right back to Pine Creek. They'll try that right side again.
Brianna seems like she's playing a little bit more offensively minded since that first goal. She was hanging back and helping the defensive line, and she seems to be playing a little bit more of a traditional center mid now and pushing up and trying to become more of an offensive threat.
And for Pine Creek, it just seems like Athena Kuhn is everywhere. She was in the midfield with a couple of passes, and then she was the first one down. Looking to get that shot, just wasn't able to get a touch on it. Taken away by Liberty. That was Naftanall. And right back by Pine Creek. Isaias sends it up. Lancers will send it back in. 1-0. Pine Creek leads this game. There's a ball that comes through. Nice job of getting back on defense. Kimberly McKinney, who got back and kicked that ball out of danger.
Definitely. That was one bounce away from being a perfect through ball and given a one-on-one with the keep. So it was good job by her.
Over in the corner, sent in by the Eagles and right back out in front.
Yeah, no surprise. Sibley was there to head it away.
Ball bounces in front. Naftanall again gets in, battling for it right in front. 3 Lancers in there. They're not able to get it, and the first foot that goes on it is from Rachel Dugan from Pine Creek. The shot comes in, and the save by Schrammel.
You know, that's a really nice shot. That ball's kind of bouncing around there, and she's able to keep it on the ground and force the keeper to dive. Just not quite wide enough.
Well, 3 Lancers around that ball. They weren't able to come up with it, and then the good chance comes in from Dugan.
You know, you mentioned a few moments ago that Kuhn seems to be all over the place, and for a forward, she surely does run a lot. You know, traditionally forwards kind of hang out up there, and we like to tease in the soccer world that they're cherry pickers, that they stand up there and cherry pick goals, and but she really is working hard. She runs back, and it's not you see her back past the 50, past midfield often. This team really backfills well with each other and uses their triangles and really well, and possession in the midfield.
And speaking of possession in the midfield, here's possession for Pine Creek after that free kick. Down the near side with it, that's Murdoch, Haley Murdoch. Had it, lost it, got it back, lost it again. Taken away by Megan Keller. And the Lancers have it. Here's a through ball coming down the near side. This is Cowles. Cowles loses it and out of play. Boy, and there's Cowles again with it. The goalie came out to play that, lost it. Good job of pressuring by Courtney Cowles. She has not had a lot of room tonight, but she had a little space there down the near side.
Yeah, and that ball was just coming so fast. You know, again, we mentioned the wind that coming to left or right on your screen. That ball is coming fast, and it looks like she's going to get a chance to collect it and maybe cross it in, but just a little too much on it. Plus, she made a long run, a 30-yard run, and that's a lot to ask. You make a 30-yard run and control it at your feet and then turn around and cross it in.
Another substitution came in for Liberty. Amber Bowen started this game. She came out. She is back into the game. She replaced Alexa Flores. Pine Creek with it in their own end, pressured by the Lancers. That was Desart over there. Given pressure, trying to play it. She does take it away, but she gets called for the foul.
Yeah, it looks like they got tangled up there a little bit, maybe stepped on the back of her leg, and pretty easy to take a ball away from someone when you step on the back of their leg.
Not a bad play, though, unless you get called for it, right?
That's right.
Pine Creek with it. That was Kuhn again. In the midfield. Sent up ahead. Dugan loses control, and that's Sibley with it. Morgan Sibley, team captain. She just runs that defense from back in her area. Sarah McGillivray, the coach, told us she's such a vocal leader back there. She's played so many games. She's a junior. She's a team captain, and she just really gets everybody in front of her in the right place.
Yeah, she said she's the quarterback there on the defense. Her and the goalkeeper are very verbal, directing their defense where to be, where to go, and that's probably why they only give up about 1 goal per game.
Throw in on the far side for Liberty. This was Julia Desart. Pine Creek will take it away. Collision on the far side. That foul will go against Liberty. That is called on Brianna Flores. Sorry, that goes against Pine Creek. It'll be a free kick for Liberty. Flores was taken down on the play. Free kick for the Lancers. Sent ahead off of Flores' foot over to the far side. Finds a teammate. That was Harris. Looks ahead for Desart. Not able to connect. Desart with the pressure taken away by Pine Creek. Back to the middle. Again, nice play. Liberty takes it away. That's Flores. Flores with it. Back to the left foot. Sends it through. Tries to find Cowles. Cowles had to stay on side, and she had to wait. And by the time she broke, she wasn't able to catch up.
They gave advantage there. During that play, Brianna Flores, and the Pine Creek defender both kind of had their elbows up. They were jockeying for position, playing really physical, and they gave advantage there, and Flores sent the ball through, and now we're going to get a free kick. Oh, no,
we're going to get a corner kick out of this. Morgan Sibley will take this for Liberty.
I didn't see that go off a Pine Creek player, but...
Sent up high, comes in the goalie. Odom goes out to play it, punches it away. The ball's free. There's a shot that was Boyd not able to, that was Naftanal, not able to get much of a foot on that, and Pine Creek quickly comes the other way.
That was a beautiful corner kick in the right spot too, because the sun is really blinding that keeper coming from that direction. You could tell she was squinting, had a hard time seeing it, punch it out at the last second.
That was good corner kick. Nice play by the goaltender. That was Odom. Here's Cowles coming up with it for Liberty. Cowles controlling it. 3 people on her, and she will lose control. Pine Creek will take it. They will control it. Kuhn again over to the far side, coming down the right. Pine Creek will take it. Pressure by Liberty. That's Alexis Harris over there. Ball comes through, and it's played by Schrammel. A lot of bodies back for Liberty. Nowhere to go for Pine Creek.
Yeah, here's the corner kick. She ends up playing a nice cross right in front, forces the keeper off of her line. Unfortunately, she was able to outjump everybody for Liberty.
Long goal kick again by Schrammel. Got that wind behind her. Ball's played back to Odom. Near side Smelker with it. She'll make a move. Keep it in play. Naftanal comes over for Liberty, gives chase along with Haley Murdoch from Pine Creek. Pine Creek will get the throw in. Couple of substitutions. Back into the game for Pine Creek. Maddie Alhamra's back in. Natasha Wayner is back in. That's Wayner right there on the near side with Boyd on her. Wayner will play it to the midfield. Alhamra with it. Plays it back in her own end. That's Knuser over to the far side. Back to the middle to Kuhn. Knuser takes it. She has Brodish. Brodish will look ahead. This is Wayner, Natasha Wayner. She'll bring it in. Loses it, takes it, loses it again, and kicked out by Liberty. The first one, McKinney. The second one was by Bays, Taylor Bays. Still in the Liberty end with it. Alhambra was trying to get a little space and a nice little tackle there by Kimberly McKinney.
Absolutely. It seems like every chance that Liberty gets to clear a ball out, even when they're going kind of for those power clears, they're not really clearing the ball up the field. They're just clearing it straight out of bounds, that they are clearing it, and it's bouncing off of a Pine Creek girl and right to her feet.
Here's Natasha Wayner. Little space. McKinney comes in. Collision, and the ball goes out of play, and we have a foul called on the play as Natasha Wayner went down.
Yeah, we have a foul called on the play in the box, so we're about to see a penalty kick here. She comes in late, misjudges her step, misjudges her tackle, and they just get caught up. You know, you like the aggression. You like to see your defender come in hard there. You'd just like to see them maybe run them out of bounds there instead of forcing that tackle in the box.
This is Maddie Alhambra. Will take this penalty kick, the goaltender, Afton Schrammel. Alhambra with an assist already tonight. Kick is in, and it's good. Maddie Alhambra, the second goal of the game for Pine Creek, and the Eagles lead this one 2-0.
Yeah, she kind of just took her time there, set up nicely, was cool as ice, played it down in the corner, and that's just really hard for a keeper, even when they guess right. To get down to the ground that quickly, it's a lot to ask of your keeper.
Well, and Schrammel did guess right, and that's those goaltenders on those penalty kicks. You see them, they have to make an early decision. They have to commit, and Schrammel went down, and she went the right way, just wasn't able to get down quick enough. The goal there by Alhambra, 2-0. Pine Creek leads this one. Ball's in the midfield. Substitution on the play. A little delay as Natasha Wayner comes out. And we're waiting for the substitution. So Wayner comes out. The substitution that comes in for her is Greer Garcher, a freshman. Right here on the near side. And it's Liberty ball. Cowles will send it back in her own end.
Funny side note for you folks at home, but Wayner had to come out of the game because she was wearing earrings, and by CHSAA rules, you're not allowed to wear any jewelry, and so as soon as they see that, they make you stop, ask you to leave the playing field, and get your equipment in order.
And she's played a bunch. She's had them in for the whole game, but they just caught it on that one. Pine Creek with it down the far side.
Scored a goal with them in and everything.
That's right. Ball knocked down in front. McKinney goes out of play, and we'll have a throw-in coming up for Pine Creek. Ball's in play. Eagles with it over on the far side. Back to the center and over to the near. This is Garcher with it. Garcher sends it on net, and Schrammel plays it. Garcher just came into the game, was the substitution when Wayner went out, and gets one on goal.
Yeah, and you see Schrammel there really trying to pump up her team and giving them a lot of directions, taking her time there on that kick and directing everybody where to go and trying to pump some life into them here with 4 minutes to go in this half.
Here comes Liberty. They're pushing up. Again, taken away by Pine Creek, and they will send it back the other way. Into the middle. That's Kuhn. Kuhn will give it off. Taken away by Liberty and right back by Pine Creek.
When this first half started with about 15 minutes into the half, it seemed like Liberty really kind of changed direction. They were building up their attack at the beginning of the game on the right-hand side with Ruge and Cowles, and later on in this half, they've been going to the left-hand side over there a lot of times with Dessart and with Flores, and so maybe they're just trying to mix it up and bring a little bit more balanced attack to the game.
Well, that was Dessart that just sent the ball over the top, and again, taken away Back by Pine Creek. This is Dugan with it. Dugan will send it back to her own end to Knuser. She'll look to the middle. Just take it herself. Sends it ahead. There's Kuhn. She'll play it over on the far side, then get it right back. Looks through, taken back. That was Naftanal. Kicks it away, and good job of just staying back, playing her spot. She'll get it once again. Plays it off the body, sends it forward, back to the midfield. Cowles coming ahead of the play. This is Ruge with it. Ruge looking up ahead for Cowles. She will give chase. Not able to get there. Stays with it, though. Sends it back to the middle. Ruge was in there. Not able to get a touch. It will go off of Pine Creek. It will be Liberty ball. On the throw-in, this will be Carolyn Naftanal.
Bowens and Ruge were in there for that cross. Neither of them were able to quite get a foot on it.
Naftanal will send it in. Boy, bounced off of everybody. Just pinballed off a bunch of bodies. Ends up going out of play, and Liberty will gain a little bit of field position as Naftanal will throw this one back in. Has Ruge in front of her. Toss over the top. Headed by Pine Creek. Shot coming in. Flores sends it. Boy, she got a lot of leg on that one and went just wide of the net.
Yeah, she one-touched it, bounced, and she got it close to goal. And, you know, she's a little frustrated right now, but that's a difficult angle, a difficult shot, and, you know, so close yet so far.
I said Flores on that one. I thought it was 6. It was 8. Amber Bowens, the freshman forward for Liberty. She has 6 goals on the season, and she had as good of a look right there as Liberty has had in quite a while.
Definitely. Hopefully that gives them a little bit of energy, a little bit of excitement.
Dessart with it on the far side. Looks for Ruge in the middle. Unable to get a touch on it. Ball rolls to the near side. That was Dessart. Nice play by Dessart to control that ball. Get a little bit of space coming down the left side. And she had a look to Ruge. Just wasn't able to connect. Pine Creek will throw it in. Played back in their own end. Good pressure here by Liberty.
Yeah, on that last cross, Ruge, that's a hard ball to trap, you know. When they're about knee height, for knee, thigh height, those are kind of some hard balls to trap when they're bouncing at you. You're not sure, do I take it with my hip? Do I take it with my body? Do I take it with my thigh? And kind of an awkward position versus where if it's at your belly button, you know, you can take it with your body. Obviously, if it's a little bit lower, you take it with your feet.
That's Alhammer with the throw-in. She finds Kuhn. Kuhn sends it toward the net. Nobody home. A lot of Lancers in front and kicked out of play. Another throw-in coming up for Pine Creek as we are under a minute left in this first half. It's 2-0 Pine Creek. On the throw-in here for the Eagles, Peyton Smelker. Smelker sends it in. Alhamra back to the middle to Kuhn. Kuhn pushes up ahead. Sends it in. That's Wayner. Wayner will lose it. Taken away by Ruge. Ruge will look ahead. Cowles is up there. Headed out of the play by, who is that? That's Isaias. She is playing back. Marcus, she plays in the midfield, but she's been playing back the majority of this game.
Yeah, it seems like they're going on a one-on-one marking with her and Cowles. Anywhere that Cowles goes, Isaias is pretty close by and, you know, kind of making it difficult for Cowles today.
And that will do it for our first half of play. After the first 40 minutes, it is Pine Creek 2, Liberty 0. We'll take a break and be back with the halftime highlights on 20 TV.